Hi, I'm Carol Dow Richards with the Aphasia Recovery Connection. We are a nonprofit and we work to help end the isolation of aphasia. But more importantly, for today's topic, I have been a caregiver. My son had a stroke with global aphasia and unable to speak, read, or write, and also had paralysis. So today, I want to share with you our experiences about Thanksgiving in a hope that maybe things that we've learned over the years will help you. So, one is let's talk about time. Perhaps you used to go to a party early and you stayed late. Well, when someone has aphasia, that might be too long. So you might want to go on the later side and you might want to plan to leave earlier. So you and your loved one should talk about the time. Second, let's talk about your talking. We all know that aphasia is an invisible disability that may affect your ability to speak, read, write, or understand, while your intellect is still okay. It's as though maybe if I went to Japan and I don't speak Japanese, I can't read, write, spell, but I'm still thinking, of course. And of course, you are thinking too. But when you are around a lot of people and a lot of commotion, sometimes people with aphasia share that their speech actually gets worse. So let's talk about what you're going to say at Thanksgiving. Well, I'm going to give you an example. If I was an actress and I knew I had to go on stage, I have a script. A script. So, what I suggest you do before Thanksgiving is think about what you want to say. What is your script? Practice it just like you would if you were an actor or an actress. Practice so that you get comfortable saying things like maybe you want to say Happy Thanksgiving. Or maybe you want to just simply say, Hi, good day. Practice what you want to say ahead of time so you'll be less anxious when the time comes. Okay? So we've talked about the time, we've talked about what you're going to say. Now let's talk about when you're actually there. Well, I know from David and from many people with aphasia that a lot of commotion, conversations, television, it gets overwhelming for many of you with aphasia. So it's okay to find a quiet spot to take a break. Maybe you want to go outside, find a bedroom to take a short nap, or even some people tell us they just hide out in the bathroom for a little while just because they need peace and quiet. So think about that. If you're feeling overwhelmed, go find some quiet space. It's okay. So we've talked about time, scripts, quiet space. Next, let's talk about strategies. What are the strategies that you use that are successful? One of the things that we did with David was we would make sure that David had some pictures on either his phone or my phone. So maybe he wanted to share about going to camp that summer, or maybe a family trip that we had. So even if he wasn't talking, he still could communicate by sharing some pictures. Remember, communication is not all about talking. It's not. Communication can be about sharing pictures, eye contact, hugs. So don't get too intimidated about the language issues. Be you, get the smile on your face, and know that you're going to get through this. So, we've talked about time, what you're going to say with your script, quiet time, maybe some strategies. Next, let's talk about the actual meal. Now it's time to eat. It's Thanksgiving. What happens at Thanksgiving so often is people expect that they can pass the food. Keep in mind, many of you with aphasia are dealing with one hand. Passing the food is challenging, and it's so easy for other people to forget that that's one of the issues. So I'm here to remind your loved ones that if paralysis is an issue, whether it's a buffet or for food passing, keep in mind that you might want to see if someone needs help and keep passing food safely, space to space. One of the things that we did eventually in our home is we put a big Lazy Susan on our table. So we don't pass food like this. We spin it at my house. We just spin our food. This is actually sort of fun. Feels like we're at a restaurant. So we talked about how long you're going to be there, your script, that you might need quiet time, maybe some strategies, talked about passing food. Now I'd like to remind your loved ones, because I think this falls on us. At least in my case, it did. It's challenging for the person with aphasia to be in a great big room with lots of people, at least for most people. So what I did as a caregiver, I would call my host or hostess and I might remind them. I just needed to remind you, David has aphasia, and even though he's thinking and whatnot, I just want to remind you that keeping it simple or asking him yes and no questions, he'll do a lot better that way. Or even a lot of background noise is really tough for him. So even though you might think your family knows about aphasia, come on, let's face it, how quickly do they forget what you need? So I'm going to suggest that you share this video. Maybe you want to share it with where you're headed, with your son, your daughter, or with your sister-in-law. Where are you going for Thanksgiving? Feel free to share this video with your host and hostess, because we would like to see this Thanksgiving a time where everyone feels included and no one feels invisible. People with aphasia still want to be included. Again, my name is Carol Dow Richards. We run the Aphasia Recovery Connection. We are an award-winning nonprofit that works to end the isolation of aphasia. We offer many programs, and we are really committed to this population. So make it a good day, and let's review. Are you ready? Time. Going early, staying late. What do you think? Script. What are you going to practice? What about quiet time? Where are you going to go if you need a break? What are your strategies? Put some photos on your phone? Or maybe you know you need to take a paper and a pen to write or draw? How about passing food? Remind your caregiver that you might need some help if you have paralysis. Many with aphasia do. Let's talk about education. Your caregiver or others can educate, or if you have aphasia, all you need to do is share this video. You can click the video, click the share button, and why not make this a Thanksgiving that everyone feels included? All right, That's a wrap for today. I wish you and yours a very wonderful Thanksgiving. I am thankful for you, our Aphasia family. Bye now.